everyone. Okay, today I am going to show you how to make this beautiful chocolate dispenser, and I'm just gonna pop that open just so that you can see the little treats inside. I know it looks a little bit daunting, but it's actually quite simple. So I'm gonna walk you through. Bear with me, it might take a little bit of time. But I'm just going to, the first thing I'm going to do, I actually made up a template so that you'd be able to see this here. Just going to throw these on. Okay. So you're going to take a piece of paper. I used a 12 by 12 and cut it in half to get 6 by 12. And you're going to score at 3 1/8. You're going to score at 5 3/4. You're going to score at 8 7/8. And you're going to score at 11 1/2. And that's all across the top of the long side of the paper. You're going to turn your paper and also score at 1 inch. And then just on the second panel, you're also going to score at 3/4 of an inch there. And I've marked it off here because you're actually going to remove these pieces from your chocolate dispenser. I have another one here just so that you can see, because I actually used black, but I wanted to show you guys what it looked like as a template. And you'll also be able to see these instructions. I've got both written instructions and pictures on my blog as well. But this is what it's gonna look like once you've actually removed those pieces. You're just gonna cut out those little pieces like that. The pieces that you actually see on top are the DSP that are going to get glued onto your chocolate dispenser box. And again, all of those instructions are written and will be on my written tutorial for this. It's all going to be free, so you'll be able to watch the video, you'll be able to look at the pictures, and you'll also be able to take the instructions off of there. So you are just going to use that scoreboard, and I've got this, I do have it pre-scored, but I'm just going to show you guys real quick. So you're just going to score at that 3 1/8, at that 5 3/4, at the 8 7/8, and at the 11 1/2. You're going to turn it so you've got your paper like this. You're going to score all the way down that 1 inch mark, and then again you're going to score 3/4 just on that second panel to take that out. And this is what you're going to get. Then once you've done all of your scoring and your cutting, you just want to fold on all of your lines just like that. You don't want to put it together yet, but you just want to fold on the lines. You're going to do the exact same thing for the lid. Again, I've got a diagram of the lid here. You're going to cut your piece at 4 5/8 by 4 1/2, and then you're going to score all the way around at 3/4 of an inch. Once you've done that, you're just going to taper those corners so that when you put your box lid together, it's just going to be nice and simple and smooth, just like that. You don't want to put it together yet, because before you actually assemble everything, you want to glue on all of your DSP pieces. I'm using the Year of Cheer. That's what I have going on here, is the Year of Cheer DSP, and I used 2 patterns from that. I also used our silver metallic edged ribbon, and I'll talk a little bit more about how I made the top, and also the little sentiment and the front of it. But I'm just going to put this together real quick so you can see how simple and how easy it is to do. So you're going to have, I don't know if you can see that, I'm just going to show you the backs of these pieces again. Your top panels that you're going to be putting across the top of your chocolate dispenser, you're going to cut 2 pieces at 3 by 3 inches, and you're also going to cut 2 pieces at 2 1/2 by 3 inches. And these are just going to go just gonna use my Tombow. I like to use Tombow when I'm creating my 3D projects. I find it just really holds well, but because it's a liquid product, it allows a little bit of movement just in case you put it down incorrectly. Lots of people like to use tear tape. It's a great product. Same with our Fast Fusion is another great product, but I'm all about the tear tape here. Yeah, if you're hearing that noise in the background, that's my cat just playing with some things. So I'm just going to get these glued down so you can see what it's gonna look like as an almost finished product. And I have to say, this was a fun project to put together. Definitely made me think outside of the box to come up with this. I did see another tutorial on Pinterest about this and created my dimensions similar to that, but a little bit different. So there's the top panels. Now I'm just going to show you the bottom panels. These are a little bit different, and these are going to actually overlap your top panels. So you've got two that are going to be 3 inches by 2 inches. You're going to actually have one at 2.5 inches by 1 1/4, and you're going to have one that's 2.5 by 2 inches. Reason why this one's a little bit shorter is because, as you can see here, this is where you're going to have that spot where it'll dispense the chocolates for you. So I'm just going to glue these on really quick as well. And as you can see too on the paper, I sort of left a little bit of a border around my dispenser just so that it kind of gives it just a little bit of a pop. It's not just all, you're gonna get sort of that two-tone with that black background, which really makes this beautiful DSP pop. So I'm almost done with this. Okay, I'm just gonna get this last panel put on. And as you can see, I am overlapping the DSP. You want to do that because when you put this together, your ribbon, and I used our tear tape for that, you're going to put the ribbon down across like that. Again, I did it once I had my box actually assembled. I'm just gonna fold these up so you can see that. After I had the box actually assembled, I started at the front. I put tear tape actually around the box first, and then I peeled off the backing. And then I just went around with my ribbon, just like that, back up to the front, and snipped it. And that's what gave me that right along the edge there. You're going to do the exact same thing with the lid. I'm going to show you the dimensions for the lid. I'm not going to put the lid together, but I'll show it to you right here. So the top of the lid is going to be cut at 2 7/8 by 3 inches. And I use that same snowflake pattern. Then you're going to have your 2 sets of sides. And one set of sides is going to be cut at 2 7/8 by 5/8 of an inch, and you're going to need 2 of those. And then 2 at 3 inches by 5/8 of an inch. And they're just going to go along your edges just like this. So you're going to glue those on first before you actually put your lid together. Once you've got those glued on, you're just going to take some glue and put them along these edges just like that to create, by the magic of videography, to create that. And I'll just flip that over so that you can see on the inside, you're gonna have your little tabs on the inside, and it's just gonna make your top lid really, really clean. I want to just talk a little bit about how I made my lid because I was really excited. We've got these beautiful new little mini ornaments, and so what I actually did was I took one of these little ornaments and I popped off that little top. And you know what? Scissors will do it. Actually, I'll just show you right now. I just took my scissors and I kind of placed them along the edge, and I just turned the ornament, and it just came off just like that. So now you've got a flat edge for your ornament that'll sit just like that. Then of course our beautiful foil snowflakes. They come in a package of 24. You get 12 silver and 12 gold. I used one of each, but on the top I did use the silver. I'm going to show you what I did this. I don't know if you can see the dimension with that lid. What I did was I actually punched out 7 of our 3/4 inch circles, and I'm just going to show you what I did. I literally sandwiched them all together. So I took them and just placed them one on top of the other, just like this. All right, I've almost got them all done. And again, I use my Tombow glue, and you'll see why in a moment, because then you can just push them all together and you're gonna create sort of a little thick disc. Then I took, where are they? I took my dimensionals and I just placed a couple along the top like that. I don't know if you can see that. And then I took 2 halves, just like this, just to fill up all of that space. And what's nice is with the 3/4 inch punch, circle punch, I'm gonna peel these off. Okay. They fit just perfectly. Oops, so they're so sticky, I love it. Love our dimensionals. There we go. It fits perfectly within this little circle here of the snowflake. Oops, I put it on the wrong snowflake. Silly me, silly me, silly me. That's the other nice thing about the dimensionals, is that you can pop them up. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put them into the middle of the silver snowflake. And voila, that kind of gives you that little extra dimension when you're gonna lay it down. And then I used a hot glue gun, and I just glued that down just like that to give it that beautiful little top. Now for the front of my chocolate dispenser to decorate right there, what I used was soft suede, and then I used our new Snowflake Sentiment bundle, and I stamped the sentiment and used our everyday label punch to punch out the sentiment. I also used our champagne foil to create a second matching punch of that everyday label. And then I cut out the swirl from our Snowflake Swirl Finlet set. I sponged around my sentiment, and then I just placed it all together on the front. With this one, I used our gold doily, just like that, along the front, and then decorated it up. Once you've got that all done, I've got to show you how you're going to create the base. So the base is, again, I've got it in the yellow so you can see it. You're going to cut both a piece of paper, which I have here, and you're going to cut a piece of chipboard. And those dimensions are 3 inches by 3 3/8 of an inch. And what you're going to do is you're going to glue that black piece, or whatever color that you want to use, right onto that chipboard piece. Then what I did was I cut another piece of the matching DSP that I used on the upper panels, and I just made it a little bit smaller than the 3 inch and the 3 3/8 dimensions, just so again that I had that little tiny border around, and that's going to give you a nice solid base for your chocolate dispenser. I'm just going to haul this out really quick. I'm going to take the chocolates out. You're also going to cut another little piece of paper, and that's going to just go right onto the inside of your dispenser like that, because that's just going to finish the look of it. And actually, I'm just going to put that in right now. So I'm just gonna go up the sides, and again, I'm using that Tombow glue because A, it's so sticky, and B, it's gonna let me move it around a little bit. So I'm just gonna slide that back, and just going to come from the top and just press it just like this, and that's gonna get it to stick down. Then I'm gonna turn it over, and I'm gonna put some more Tombow glue across the bottom, just like that. And I'm gonna glue that onto my base. This is going to make it nice and sturdy. Again, I'm just gonna press it from the inside and the outside, just so that it stays down like that. Now, I created this little dispenser to hold some Ghirardelli milk chocolate caramel squares. I just thought they were perfect because they were wrapped in gold and it went with my DSP. So I'm just gonna plot those in, and I'm just gonna show you how this works. I'm just gonna put a couple of those in just like that. I'm gonna put my little lid back on top. What a gorgeous little gift this would be for somebody who's a paper crafter, for a teacher, as a little hostess gift, for craft sales. So there's the little dispenser, and you've got your little edge, and you're just gonna pull out your chocolates just like that. So there it is, you guys, chocolate dispenser. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Please check out my blog for the free instructions and for pictures as well to see how this all comes together. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye.